Hey everybody, this is your host, the Platinum Knight, and welcome to another Double First Impressions video. And today's Double First Impressions video is going to be Dune Part 2 and Hideo Kojima's Connecting Worlds. Starting off with Dune Part 2. Well, everybody, to give my actual first impressions when I walked out of the theater, I could not believe what I just saw. Dune Part 2 is a masterpiece, everybody. If you liked the first movie, you're gonna love the sequel way more because, wow, that ending just completely blew me away. Like, no joke. I mean, this movie is awesome. It's got a lot of intense action. But what really makes this movie is overall the really good writing. This movie is very well written, and keep in mind, I mean, even though this is a reboot, they're still based on the novels, though. I should probably share with you guys my history with the Dune series. Well, not history. I actually just got into the Dune series not too long ago, actually. But here's what happened, though. I didn't see the first part in theaters. Yeah, I didn't see the Dune remake when it first came out. The way I got into this series is two movies, actually. It was pretty much in December of 2023, and the two movies that led up to me watching Dune Part 2 is first it was Wonka. I don't know if you've seen my first impressions video on Wonka, but to give my brief thoughts on Wonka, I really loved Timothée Chalamet. He is a great actor. So that's one movie that led up to this moment. But another movie that really pushed me into getting into the Dune series is Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. And the reason why both me and my uncle watched Rebel Moon is because, well, I mean, why not, you know? Why not just give it a chance? There was a time when both me and my uncle were Zack Snyder fans, so just out of curiosity, we saw Rebel Moon. And oh my goodness, was it bad. We hated Rebel Moon. Both me and my uncle were extremely disappointed. It was definitely a lackluster sci-fi film, and I even made a whole video about it. I actually recorded both me and my uncle's reaction to Rebel Moon, which I still gotta add and upload. One of these days, it will come out, and you guys will be able to hear our reactions. But yeah, so after me and my uncle got done watching Rebel Moon, we obviously wanted to watch a better movie. And my uncle was suggested to me, hey Platinum, have you ever seen the Dune remake? And of course I told him, nope. And that's when he put it on for us. And oh my goodness, I really enjoyed the first film. I mean, I didn't really love it. I just thought it was really good, you know? I thought it was well written. I've never seen the original Dune movies before, but I have heard about them before. And of course, I've never read the books, but I always knew about them though. Okay, back to talking about Dune Part 2. But yeah, guys, I mean, overall, this is definitely one of those better than original sequels. Like, it is really, really that good. And I'm gonna try to, not spoil anything here, but, I'll keep it very vague. It's spoiler free. But I will say I wasn't exactly too happy about the ending of the movie, but I understand why though. And that's the beauty of it. That's the genius behind this ending. Even though I didn't really like it, at least I understand it, you know? They did a really good job explaining why it happens that way. And I really want to believe that the third movie will go in depth and justify that ending. Unless the filmmakers decide to do completely different and go off the rails, like Halloween Ends, for an example. But no, I mean, so far with Dune parts 1 and 2, I don't think they're gonna do that. I wanna believe that they're going to stick to what is hinted so far for part 3. I don't know if they should make a part 4, but we'll see though. We'll see. But for now, it's starting to look like this is going to be a perfect trilogy. Oh, and what are my thoughts on Timothée Chalamet? He really, really holds this movie together. Just like Wonka. If you thought Timothée Chalamet did good in the first Dune movie, oh my goodness, he does even better in this sequel. Again, I love Timothée Chalamet. He definitely has a really, really bright future ahead of him. He was recently at the Game Awards. His game of the year is Spider-Man 2. And again, guys, if you have not seen Wonka yet, see it. He really, really is super talented in that movie, just like in this one. But yeah, I guess you can say I am a Timothée Chalamet fan. The next movie I'm gonna talk about is Hideo Kojima's Connecting Worlds. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Hideo Kojima, he is a really, really famous video game developer. So, in a way, I kind of feel like I should be talking about this movie over on my gaming channel at the Platinum Night Games, which I recommend you check out, by the way, if you're into video games. But the reason why I'm talking about this movie on my movie channel, because, well, it's a movie and it's a documentary too. But anyways, I'm a huge fan of Hideo Kojima. I love Hideo Kojima. I pretty much played most of his games. I played Metal Gear. I played Death Stranding. I haven't played some of his older games only because they're kind of inaccessible. But you get the point, though. The point is, I am a fan of Hideo. The very first Hideo Kojima game that I have played is Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. And that was the game that got me into the rest of his games. But yeah, Connecting Worlds is a documentary about the making of Death Stranding. What I really like about this documentary is I like how Hideo Kojima talks about his origin story. This documentary actually has some animated bits to it. Yeah, there's actually certain parts in the film that becomes an anime and shows part of Hideo Kojima's childhood. What was it like when he was a kid? What were video games like back then? And those would pretty much have to be my favorite parts. Every time the documentary shows an animated bit when Hideo Kojima was a kid, I really liked the part where he says back then video games were more of a black market, you know? And it's like, yeah, it pretty much was. Back then, video games were really ostracized. And again, I mean, before video games became just as big as the movie and the music industries combined. But it's so interesting whenever he talked about that, because it's like, yeah, I mean, back then, you used to, be bullied, for playing video games. You were stereotyped into being a nerd, you would get made fun of by other kids, and on top of that, but back in those days, video games were known for, it's only for kids, you know? Like, if you were still, an adult, playing video games at the time, you were seen as immature. You were seen as childish, and boy, have times have changed. My personal favorite part of this documentary is the part where Hideo Kojima says he actually he always wanted to be a video game developer. Yeah, Hideo Kojima, before Metal Gear or before he even made his first game, he actually told some of his friends and family members, hey, my dream is to become a video game developer. And he said that in response, pretty much everybody said, you're gonna fail. Hideo Kojima's friends and family told him he's gonna fail if he wants to become a video game developer. And oh man, did Hideo completely proved all of them wrong. And now he is considered by far the most legendary video game developer of all time. But anyways, everybody, yeah, those are my thoughts on connecting worlds. If you are big into the video game industries and you're planning to become a video game developer yourself, then I highly recommend you watch Hideo Kojima's Connecting Worlds. It's currently on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's not in theaters or anything like that. So yeah, for those of you that still have Netflix, then feel free to watch it. It's a really well-made documentary, and I do like Hideo's overall message of bringing people together and spreading positivity and overall just be good to people, you know? Be good to everybody, treat people how you would want to be treated, and work together as a team. Alright everybody, that's it for this double first impressions video. That's it for my first impressions on Dune Part 2 and Hideo Kojima's Connecting Worlds. If you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for new videos. This has been your host, the Platinum Knight, and peace out everybody. You have a good one.